Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of Settlement Supplies Expanded, being brought to us by user Troy Irving, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a massive expansion of what you have available to build with in your settlements. And oh my god, I love that to death. Now, in my opinion, one of the greatest additions to Fallout 4 is the new settlement system. I absolutely love it. All the wonderful things we can build with, it just makes me happy. But one of the downsides to it is that you see so many wonderful things out in the world that would be awesome to build with, but when you actually are in your settlement, you really have just a handful of items to actually create your little towns and cities. And this mod looks to remedy that situation by adding into the game literally hundreds of different items from around the world into your settlement build mode, and that just makes me happy. So let's jump into the build mode and take a look at what all this mod has to offer us. And we're going to actually start out way over here in crafting, because at the moment there's only one item in crafting that is added by this mod. The rest are in decoration, furniture, and structures. So let's first take a look at the crafting section, where you will find a lovely new power armor station which you can build. Now, of course, we have the regular power armor station, but this one is sort of a more space-friendly version. It's purely upright and, just overall just takes up less space than your typical armor station, which is good if you're looking to fit a lot of pieces of power armor into a small area. Now, the next bit, we are going to have a look at decoration, where normally in the decoration setting, all you have is the floor coverings, the wall decorations, and of course, miscellaneous. But now with this lovely mod, you also have custom interactive trees and even rocks, which just adds so many wonderful possibilities to how you can actually decorate your areas. Now let's first take a look at custom interactive, where we have, I honestly don't know what this is. I'm assuming a jukebox considering what it says on the front, but I haven't seen this in the game yet. One of the food vendors, this thing, I don't know what that is, one of the creepy monkey things that claps when you get near, a variety of different chairs, yet another monkey, which looks like it has a transmitter on it, more hanging things, a lovely tin cans attached to chain, a second different food vendor, and then finally a little ringing bell and a ham radio. All very cool custom interactive objects that, well, you can interact with. That's why they're interactive custom objects, and they are quite cool to help you add more flavor to your settlements. Now in trees, we literally just have a whole crap load of different trees available to us if we just quickly scroll through them all, because, well, trees are trees, and you can just see the absolute massive number of different ones available. Everything from nice and green to dead and dying, etc. It is just so cool. Pretty much, if there's a tree in the world, you'll probably find it in this section of the mod. Then next is the rocks section, which, similar to the trees, is just a huge collection of different rocks from around the world that you can enjoy by placing around and, well, again, decorating your settlement to whatever you desire. And that's just lovely. Now, if we leave decoration and head over to furniture, again, we normally have the beds, chairs, containers, shelves, tables, etc., and miscellaneous, but now we have custom beds, custom seating, and even custom containers. Now, if we start in custom beds, again, it's just a selection of cool-looking beds from all around the world that you may have seen during your playthrough, including bunk beds, which I actually should point out something on the bunk beds. Currently, they only count as one bed. That is something the mod maker is hoping to fix with this mod. They are hoping that it will eventually count as two, but for right now, whenever you have your bed count up at the top, it will only count as 1. So hopefully in the next update that will be fixed, and we have even more beds scattered around, more bunk beds, more sort of medical beds, etc. Things I have yet to see in the game yet, but to look very, very cool, and I can't wait to see. And then over in custom seating, we just have, well, a whole lot of seating. It's, chairs, benches, and etc. galore. You want a love seat? It's probably in here. A folding chair, good to go. Couch. Yeah, whatever the crap this thing is, yeah, there you go, you can sit on it. And just everything in between. There are literally dozens of seating options in here for you to choose from. And oh my god, it just keeps going, and there we are at the end. And then finally, in this section, custom containers, all of which are usable containers you can store stuff in. We have this typical sort of toolbox, a teddy bear, which we can apparently store things in, some sort of drawers, a desk, nice little lockers, trunks, ammo boxes, duffel bags, etc. Just all of these wonderful things that you can add into the game, including a safe. Now, finally, we have in the structures section, and if we move over, we typically have the wood, metal, doors, fences, miscellaneous, but now we have additional custom doors, which, oh my god, this is my favorite section in the entire game, or in this entire mod, rather, because it adds in a load of doors, and I like doors. So we just have a huge variety of them, which is just wonderful. And my personal favorite are these, the chain link gates. I'm not a big fan of the gate that you can build with the junk fences that in the normal sort of settlement building. I love this because it takes up less space. It's not quite as tall or weird looking. So yeah, this is my favorite piece, and for me, a very good reason for having this mod, just for this one gate alone. And then again, just a crap load of different doors, from jail cells to castle doors to bunker doors, and anything and everything in between. Again, if there is a door in the world, you will probably find it in here, and it's just wonderful. Let's kind of more quickly go through these, because I don't want to spend too much time, and I think we're nearing the end. Oh boy, here we go. There we are. Excellent, with that final sort of bank vault looking door. Then in the next section we have scrap walls, which can be anything from, cinder block stuff here to tire walls, which we'll find here, etc. Normally things you'd scrap in a settlement, but hey, maybe you want some aesthetic of scrap around the place. You can find it, and just all these wonderful things. Next, we have platforms, which are awesome defensive stuff, which again, I haven't seen in the game yet with my playthrough, but I'm sure many of you will probably recognize this stuff. I've seen some Brotherhood of Steel symbols in some places, so I'm assuming that's where these come from in the game. Just a whole load of different platforms, including entire defensive structures. It's just wonderful. I love these things. They're just glorious. And as we just kind of quickly go through some more wall pieces, very good indeed. And oh boy, we still got some more. There we go, and there's that Brotherhood of Steel symbol I mentioned earlier. All just very cool little platform pieces. Then next we have Covenant stuff. Now, I actually have heard of Covenant. I haven't seen it yet in the game, so I'm assuming this is just the walls that they have here, considering what you find. And yeah, just a lot of cool cinder block and barbed wire walls. Very nice indeed. Now, then we have custom static objects, including a flying saucer, a ginormous radio tower, more tower pieces, different road barriers, a cannon for all of your cannon-y uses, more road barriers, a giant freaking tower if you really want to make something interesting, bridges, a ring, and of course, a lovely vertibird. Yeah, I want that thing in my base so badly. And then finally, we have the cars section, which is just a huge listing of the entirety of any car that you have ever seen in the game, including the versions of the cars that are from the, pre-war era, and those lovely little APC tanks, including this one, which has the open door at the back. Very cool. Motorcycles, and just, oh, so many cars. Just quickly scrolling through them all. Lovely. Now, that is all the parts for this particular mod, and there is, if I look over to my other monitor to see, apparently there is 71 usable furniture items, 80 doors, 14 miscellaneous interactive objects, 228 static objects, including cars, trees, rocks, etc., 9 food planters, 1 power armor alternative rack, which of course we looked at, and more to be added in the future. It's one of the things that the mod maker is working on. If you find something in the world you would like added and it's not currently in the mod, they will look for it and try and add it in. And that is just glorious. Now that I need to mention is sort of the focus of the mod for the time being, is on getting as many different things as possible able to be built in your settlements. But it's not quite balanced yet in terms of settlement building. Like, you may have noticed over the course of this entire video that the build with part, the only resource any of these items use is 6 cloth. And that is for simplicity's sake at the time being. Right now, the mod maker is definitely focusing on getting a large number of objects rather than in-game balance. That is hopefully to come soon. It is on their to-do list, but for right now, everything you see in here just uses cloth, and it uses 6 cloth in particular. So if you, like me, like doing things in a bit more of a balanced way, maybe avoid it until the next version or two, but just to screw around with the settlement system, oh, it is definitely worth the buy. I mean, who doesn't want to build a freaking tank in their settlement? I mean, how could you not love that? I mean, look at it. We have a tank we can go into and, you know, sit here and stand and admire the tankiness. But yes, that is the downside right now. If you are looking for a bit more of a balanced mod, it is currently just using cloth. But again, that is something they are hoping to change soon. It is on the list of things to improve. But for right now, you do get added into the game just a huge load of wonderful new parts that you can use to build the perfect settlement of your dreams. And that to me is well worth perhaps a little bit of not quite balanced gameplay. But if you would like to try this out for yourself and hopefully enjoy that unbalanced gameplay, you can check out the link in the description below to, you know, give it a download, give it a try, and hopefully have fun with it. And I sincerely hope you do. Even if it's just to screw around on an alt character, definitely check this out, because it's just so wonderful. So many new pieces to build with. You got to love it. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you all have enjoyed, and of course that you do come back for the next video, where we will be looking at what is hopefully yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, my friends, and as always, have a good one. And have a alien UFO. I mean, who doesn't want that? Later, folks!